The 2007 to 2008 school year will see big changes in the way schools in the BPS system are run, including new schools, later start times, later ending times, and more. The reasons for change are poor test grades and students not being in class long enough. According to the official BPS website, there are 10 Boston Public Schools changing for the '07 to '08 school year. One of the schools that is changing is the Social Justice Academy in Hyde Park. Pilot schools are trying to increase test scores by enrolling fewer failing students than regular public schools. According to pilotschool.org, pilot schools provide a creative, nurturing environment for children with special learning needs. According to the official Gates Foundation website, the Gates Foundation offered $13.6 million to schools to separate into smaller schools. In 4 years, 30% of all Boston high school students will be enrolled in smaller schools.
Pilot schools are public schools. There's a difference. A pilot school is under whatever your public school system is. A charter school operates on its own. It's not part of Boston Public Schools. So even though we are Commonwealth pilot, we are still a public school. We are a school of choice now. Before, people used to be assigned to English. Now you have to choose to come. And so any kid, and I would imagine after you work out the kinks, you'll get a big waiting list like they do at the Latins and all that. The physical remodel is they've totally painted up the whole entire school. For those who are at English, the fourth floor will look totally different than it did last year, where there will be no partitions. So, and all the classrooms are painted, and so there's a lot of it's going to look like a nicer school. It's going to be a lot brighter, and so you don't feel like you're walking into the dungeon. So.
The flaw I see in the new system in our school is pretty much you're not changing the students. It's the students that's really the problem in our school. And you can't, no matter how many students you kick out, you can't kick out all the knuckleheads that are still going to be in the school.
I think there are so many changes that are going to take place. And, I think when the kids come, you're going to have a lot of kids who are going to be, they're going to be hitting the wall. They're going to be challenging us because they don't like change. And I think within the, first couple of months, all that will disappear because when they see that all the teachers are on the same page and we're all here to learn.
At first, it was a little shaky. A lot of the students who had been at Hyde Park High School, they kept saying, this is going to turn back to Hyde Park High. We're going to turn this back to Hyde Park High. They were really upset. And I actually understand that, because if someone had come along in my senior year of high school and said, you're going to be 3 schools now, that would have been very, very difficult for me. But now I'm seeing that people are starting to understand the advantages of having 3 small schools where, like, I know all of my students. I may not know them all well, but I see them and I know right away that's an SJA student. And I think that makes a really big difference in how a school functions. It just plain 7 o'clock, 7:20. These are early hours for adolescents, for people of the age range from 14 to 18. That's a very hard time for that group of people to be waking up. And all of the science says that group of students really needs more to rest more and start the day later. I wish we were starting the day at 8:30. Would be a lot better start time as far as I'm concerned. So I don't think we're going to see a significant change in the times that students are showing up in the morning.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to run into the building at 7:15, so I don't get yellowed and get marked tardy. Because just like you all are marked tardy, we're marked tardy, and fortunately will count against us. So it's good to be able to come in a few minutes later, have a little more lead time. And I think the later start would just, it's more, I mean, the later end will be around really just getting yourself used to that at 1:52 you still have an hour and a half left of school. And so that's going to be a big adjustment, because getting out at 3:30 is going to be hard for everyone. But I think it's a good thing, and I think, you know, I know I'm trying to work myself into that later schedule.
I honestly don't think they're going to be beneficial, because, like, what's a couple more dollars being put into the school? That's not going to do anything.
My school was awarded a big grant to help our special education students and help us better serve our special education students. And I know that they also, Boston Plan for Excellence, puts a lot of time and energy and resources into programs that seem to me to be successful with young people.
A lot of kids have this idea that they come in the first couple of days and they're going to relax. But I'm telling you, we hired some really good teachers. I was on a hiring committee, and everyone is ready we are off and we are running. So as soon as September 5th school opens up, it's going to be business as usual. You all are going to have paper, you know, teaching starts on the first day.